My name is Linnea Elzinga, and I'm a student at Boise State University in Idaho, and I studied abroad last semester in Annecy, France. Now, maybe you've never considered studying abroad before. I certainly wouldn't have imagined doing it myself, and I would think I was a pretty unlikely candidate for studying abroad. But let me tell you this, spending a semester in France was one of the best decisions I ever made, and it was absolutely 100% worth it. And by worth it, I don't mean it was easy. If you want to study abroad, you will have to work for it. But looking back on how much work it was, I would do it all over again in a heartbeat. Even if you've never considered studying abroad before, consider it now. Now, maybe you've thought in the past that study abroad is impossible for you. Here's why it's not. You shouldn't think it's impossible financially. There are tons of scholarships out there, and if you work hard on it and are smart about how you apply, you can get scholarships that will at least partially cover your study abroad expenses. For example, go look at the Gilman Scholarship if you're a Pell Grant recipient. It can cover up to $5,000 of your expenses if you study for a year. Also, you can often study abroad through your university and do an exchange. And in that case, the tuition and housing are exactly the same price that you'd be paying at your home school. Studying abroad is also not impossible academically. Maybe you think your GPA isn't high enough, but most programs don't require a super high GPA. This is totally achievable. I think the real reason people don't study abroad is not because of finances or academics. I think it's because the prospect of going to another country all alone and studying in a totally different school is simply daunting. It's a little terrifying. And that's true. I remember when I got on the plane to France, I almost broke down right there as the plane was about to take off. All around me, people were speaking French, and I was realizing my French skills were not quite as good as I thought they were, and that I couldn't actually understand a single word. At the same time, I was realizing I was completely alone, going to another country where English wasn't the first language, that I wouldn't see my family and friends for 4 months, that I wasn't even sure if I'd be able to make friends myself over there, and that I was completely unprepared for what I'd gotten into. But it was too late to get off that plane, so I went. And I'm so glad that I did. Yes, this will be scary and hard sometimes. There will be moments where you just want to go home. But it will all work out. You'll be challenged in ways you didn't expect. You'll surprise yourself with how capable you are. You'll feel a little sense of accomplishment when you navigate 3 trains all by yourself while dragging 80 pounds of luggage that you really shouldn't have brought. Seriously, pack light, I can't say it enough. And it'll be so much fun. When I studied abroad, I went paragliding, did a ropes course, hiked mountains, swung off a rope into a lake, biked through gorgeous scenery you only see in the movies, learned the language, ate incredible food, climbed the Eiffel Tower, saw Westminster Abbey, walked through the Trinity Church Library in Dublin, skied the highest ski area in the Alps, shopped at little French street markets, experienced the famous Fête de Lumière, the Lyon Christmas Festival of Lights, tanned on the beaches of the south of France. The list goes on. Of course, there was studying in school involved too, but that's not interesting stuff and nobody wants to hear about it. But the very best part of studying abroad was the people. I went to France afraid that I wouldn't make any friends and that I'd be traveling by myself. I'm normally an introvert, and building close friendships usually takes me several months. But everyone I met was so open and wanted to make friends just as much as I did. It was easy to fall in with a group of incredible people from all over the world. Russia, Germany, France, Ireland, the UK, Italy, Austria, China, Brazil, Romania, Sweden. I'm still in touch with many of those people today. So I can't make you any promises. I can't promise that studying abroad will always be perfect or fun, but I think I can promise that you won't regret it. And even if you aren't sure it will work out, you just have to take that first step and believe that it's going to be okay and incredible, and that it could change your life. So before I go, here are a couple resources to get you started thinking about this. Even if you haven't considered studying abroad before, I'd strongly recommend at least looking into it.